Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 4 of the main secrets people have in order to be the happiest they can be in their CDL career. So we're going to be talking about 4 main topics that you should be focusing on if you want to achieve more happiness in your actual CDL career. We all know that you can make a lot of money in CDL itself, but if you make money and you're not happy, then what are you actually doing it for, right? So all this sacrifice with no happiness doesn't really make anything. That being said, we want to make sure that you are happy in your career, and we want to give you 4 things to focus on to actually increase that happy-o-meter in your life, and let's get started. The first secret that's going to ensure that you have happiness in your CDL career is going to be making sure that you find a company that values work-life balance. That's right, you're going to have this balance going on between work and life. I personally do not agree with that terminology. I agree with more of a work-life integration. Because at the end of the day, nothing can be balanced in life, right? Some days you're going to have to work more. Some days you're not going to be able to work more because you want to spend time with the kids or with your wife or families or anything like that. So the ability to kind of integrate your work and your life is probably the best thing that most people don't even talk about. That being said, what does work-life integration mean to you as a CDL driver? So somebody who's actually going to work out with your ideal schedule. There's going to be individuals out there who just want to travel the country. They want to be inside their truck. They want to save money. They don't even want a place to rent, and they want to live out of their truck. Those guys are great. That's actually work-life integration for them because they are meeting their expectations on how they want their life to live. They want to reduce their expenses to save as much money as possible, and they want the ability to travel and see the country while getting paid. Now, another version of work-life integration is going to be somebody who maybe has a family or wife or kids or a husband at home, and they want to be able to spend time with them. That being said, if that is your actual target, then you've got to work with a company that actually values of what you value. So, for instance, there's companies out there that will guarantee that you come home every single weekend on more of like a regional route, right? There's other companies out there that's going to help you make sure that you're home daily with a local route, depending on what you're looking for. For instance, we have a company who partners with us to actually hire a lot of our students, and they are like a local milk delivery, dairy delivery product company where they have Class A and Class B vehicles, but these drivers will start at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they'll be home by like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll be able to pick up their kids from school, do their homework with their kids, and then go to sleep, and then start the whole thing all over again like 5 days a week. If that's the kind of work-life integration that you're looking for, that's actually going to bring you a lot of happiness. The main thing that you have to understand is that humans do a lot of things for themselves, but they'll do even more for others that they love. So understanding what is your main motivation and how do you get your ideal lifestyle to fit with your actual company, then it's going to be a lot easier. Now, that being said, there is going to be a phase of this where you're probably going to have to sacrifice and it's not going to feel the best. But people who sacrifice today are able to get what they want in the future. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're picking your company. Secret number 2 for building happiness in the actual workplace when it comes to CDL jobs is going to be making sure you're building relationships. Now, there's many different relationships that you can build, but in your mind, you might be thinking, how can I build relationships? I'm going to be in the truck all by myself all day long. Or you're going to be interacting with a lot of different people. So you can build relationships with coworkers. What does that look like? When you go and pick up the trucks in the morning or during the day, everyone's probably going to go to the same yard. You can start building a relationship with them. Build relationships with people like managers and dispatchers who are going to be communicating with you. Those are all in the coworker field, right? The next relationships that you can build up is going to be customer relationships. So depending on who you deliver to on a regular basis, you're going to be interacting with other individuals from other companies, and you never know. There might be amazing relationships that actually come out of that relationship itself. And then the other thing to worry about when it comes to relationships is going to be, can you be a mentor to maybe the new person coming up? Can you actually find somebody who's willing to mentor you if you are new or if you're looking to grow to the next level? The ability to actually develop relationships at your current work environment will actually help you become a lot happier at work simply because humans are social creatures. I know that there's some people who say, no, I don't want to talk to anybody, and that's okay. But most of the time, humans love that connection with other humans. And that's just how we were built. That's how we're hardwired. Because working is not just about making money. It's about the relationships that we built, and the memories that we make, and the actual fulfilling of success. Which brings us to our third secret to ensure that you have extra happiness in your trucking career is going to be setting goals and appreciating the goals that you set once you hit them, right? So everything in life is all about growth, because I heard from Tony Robbins himself, he says that happiness in one word is defined as progress, and humans are happiest when they actually are growing. Unfortunately, not every growth opportunity is pleasant. There's going to be some experiences that we go through life where it's forcing us to grow and it's going to be painful. Just remember, like when your teeth were growing in as a kid, you had to like chew on that thing all the time because your teeth were hurting, but they're growing. And that's just a reminder that growth can be painful. But that being said, when we're setting goals that actually inspire us to move forward to the next level and we work towards hitting those goals, hitting the goal is an amazing feeling, right? I'm sure that there's a goal in your life that you probably hit that you have no idea how you could have done it, but you actually figured out a way because the why was so strong. And the person that you are today due to hitting that goal is completely different than the person you were when you first set that goal. Now, the goal is definitely a great thing, but the actual thing that we're after is the person that we're becoming while we're hitting those goals. So when you're actually going to work, make sure you understand what you're doing it for. You should be doing it for something in the future that's going to pull you and motivate you, because we all have those days at work that are ups and downs, and we have those days where we're like, oh my God, I don't want to go to work today. But if you stay focused on your goal, if you stay focused on your why, that's going to keep motivating you and start looking at things in a more positive light. Because when you focus on more positive things, magically, more positive things actually wind up happening in your life itself. So stay positive and make sure you focus on those targets and hit that target. And the last secret about being the happiest you can be in the trucking field, that's probably going to be the most important one out of them all. And that is focus on you. I mean, mental and physical, right? That being said, wealth is health. Many people out there have this saying that I've heard many, many times saying, a rich person has many dreams. A sick person only has one. That being said, you want to make sure that you are rich and healthy. You don't want to make sure that you're rich and unhealthy. And so what does that mean? That means when you're in the trucks itself, let's talk about mental. What are you listening to on the radio? Are you listening to songs that are going to be productive in your life, that get you closer to your goals? Or you listen to things that are going to take you away from your goals and distract you from what's going on, right? Now, when it comes to the health of the physical body itself, what are you putting into your mouth and what are you moving your body for? Those are the main two things you have to focus on. And then actually the thing that most people don't talk about is sleep, right? So if you focus on those three things, how much sleep are you getting, what are you putting in your mouth, and how are you moving your body throughout the day, that's going to be the best way for you to actually get the healthiest body possible. Because if you have to sacrifice things like your health in order to get wealth, then at the end of the day, you're going to sacrifice your wealth to try to get your health back. So let's just learn from the beginning. Focus on the actual healthiness of your body, because we all understand when we're feeling great, when we can walk upstairs without losing our breath, when we can talk to people, when we can do things that are challenging, we all feel better about ourselves. When you feel better about yourself, the chemicals inside your brain, the serotonin and everything like that, makes you feel happier, and then you become a much more pleasant person. We all want happy truck drivers out there, and if you follow those 4 secrets that I told you about, your happiness level might be going from like a 3 all the way to like a 6 at least. And for those optimistic people out there, let's get you to a 9 or to a 10. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video that shares you different ways on how you can be happy in the trucking field itself. And if your goal is to actually become a truck driver one day, I definitely invite you to come on in for a school tour at any of our facilities here at Driving Academy. We are the best truck driving school in the entire country. We're not the only ones saying it. I think last year a company came in and evaluated the whole trucking industry as a whole, and they wound up picking us as the world's greatest truck driving school, which is a very, very cool honor. Want to find out more on why we're the world's greatest truck driving school? Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. We're here to help you out and get you on the road to freedom with your CDL license. We're open up 7 days a week, so we're super flexible. All you need is $500 down to get started. We have our simulation training incorporated with all of our training programs. We actually offer lifetime job placement as well. So check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. Thanks. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to get your CDL license, you know where to go. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com, right over there. And if you like this video, you'll definitely like this video right over here. So make sure you check that out. But before anything else, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you soon.